Tachibana-san saw it.
My name is Kuroki. I'm a freshman in college. I'm going to a college that's far from home and currently living alone. I have plenty of great friends, and I'm having a fairly fun campus life. However... Ah! Ow! Sorry. I wasn't really paying attention. Oh! Tachibana-san. Damn. He's so unfriendly as usual. This person is Tachibana-san. He's 2 years older than me and is in the same department as me. I don't know why, but he's always been extremely unfriendly to me and keeping me at a distance since I started going to college here. He's fairly kind to other classmates, but for some reason, he's only unfriendly to me, and only me. Did I say or do something rude? But I have no idea what I may have done to insult him. That was why I had no idea how I could make amends with him, because I didn't know what I did. I often went to school at around the same time as Tachibana-san. You might be wondering why. Oh. Tachibana-san is in room 103 of the Etra Heights. It's an apartment that's mostly for college students near the college. You might be wondering why I know that. It's because I live in 102, right next door to him. Etra Heights is fairly old, so the rent to live here is incredibly cheap. My parents aren't able to send me any kind of allowance, so it was actually a pretty godsend apartment for me. I didn't want to just let that kind of good location go to waste, just because I had a classmate I sort of didn't get along with. After about a few months passed by, after I moved into Etra Heights, I'm so tired. That day, I'd been working a part-time job till late at night because I wanted to make more money. Normally I could go home a little earlier than usual, but my coworker got sick and couldn't come in, so I picked up his shift. Huh? That's weird. My door's unlocked. Did I forget to lock the door or something? I mean, I don't have anything that's worth stealing in here, so I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm home! Huh? I feel like my futon feels a little different. Huh? Wait, where am I? This isn't my room? Wait, was I so tired that I just walked into the next door neighbor's room? Which means that this was Tachibana-san's room? Shit, I need to get out of this room right now! This photo, is it a photo of Tachibana-san when he was a child? This is the only photo he's got up in the room. It must be really important to him or something. The woman that Tachibana-san is with, is that Mom? Shit! That's Tachibana-san's motorcycle! Huh? Damn, I forgot to lock my door. Why did Tachibana-san's old photo have Mom in it? My mom was a single mother. She raised me up all on her own, and she works as a daycare teacher. I wouldn't be surprised if she took a photo with a kid around a year old or anything. But something feels off. I don't know why I can't stop thinking about it. I was off the next day, so I decided to call my mom early in the morning. Hello?
Oh, Kuroki, what's going on, dear? It's so early in the morning.
Sorry. There's just something I wanted to ask you about. Something's been bothering me.
Something you want to ask me?
Mom, do you know someone by the name Tachibana?
Why do you know that name?
You know him? I thought that he was just one of your kids from daycare or something.
You don't understand, Kuroki. That's not who he is.
Huh?
I was going to tell you after you graduated college, but before I got a divorce from your father. I had a son.
Huh? You mean besides me?
Yeah, you had an older brother, 2 years older than you. His name was Tachibana. I didn't have much financial power, and my mother-in-law was adamant that she wasn't going to let me take the eldest son. That's why I wasn't able to take custody of Tachibana-kun. Anyway, Kuroki, where did you hear about that name?
Well, I told my mom everything I knew about Tachibana-san, from start to finish.
I see. He still has a photo from when he was still a little child, huh?
Yeah. I didn't see any other pictures, actually.
I see.
Oh, wait. Hang on, Mom. I think someone's at my door now, so I'm gonna go real quick.
Okay. I'll call you again later, then.
Coming. Huh? Tachibana-san? You came into my room yesterday, didn't you? Huh? Why would you think that I did that? This was in my room. Here. Huh? Ah! My student ID! It must have fallen out of my pocket when I walked in and rolled on Tachibana-san's bed. I'm sorry. I was just so sleepy and out of it, and I just kind of wandered into your room, Tachibana-san. Did you see? Huh? I'm asking you if you saw the photo that was on the wall in my room. Yes. Okay. You make sure to stay out of my room and never look again. Later. Tachibana-san? What? Did you know about all of this, Tachibana-san? That I was your younger brother? When I was in the 3rd grade, I got a letter from my mom that said that she wanted to see me, if only just once for a little bit. Did you not see her until you received that paper? Yeah. That old hag didn't allow me to go see her. She said that the eldest son has no obligation to see the woman who took off. But that's why I hid the letter somewhere that no one would ever notice it. I really planned it all out. How to go see my mom all alone without anyone knowing about it. I see. It was yet another 2 years after that I was able to actually execute my plans. I used the address on the letters and took several buses to see her. My dad always gave me higher than normal allowances, so I didn't have to worry about the bus fees at all. But it was all in vain anyway. Huh? It was evening. Mom, that woman was walking with someone. A kid. That wasn't me at all. She seemed to be having a great time. That kid was you, Kuroki. Besides that one letter when I was in the 3rd grade, she never sent me any other letters. Not a single time. I knew it at that moment that she really just didn't give a rat's ass about me anymore. I was dead to her. I'm sure she only cared about you now, my younger brother. That's the only person that she was interested in, and I was just someone that had disappeared from her life. But something died inside of me after that. I stopped caring about a lot of stuff. Nothing mattered as much. I'm sure it was my age too, but I just wanted to get out of the house, away from all of it. I actually went to a high school that had dorms. Then I chose a college that I wanted to go to without talking to my dad or the stupid old hag back home. I chose a college that was as far away from where I wanted to go as possible, of course. I never would have expected in a million years that I would run into you at that college, though. How did you know that I was your brother? Did you know when you saw me that I was your younger brother? I just remembered your goofy-ass face. That stupid kid that was standing next to my mom and smiling without a care in the world. I don't think I've ever forgotten that kid's face for a second after that day. I see. You must have it nice. Huh? You grew up full of mom's love and care, right? You didn't know what it was like to be lonely. But I could say the same thing about you, right? You were with Dad and Grandma. Yeah, sure. We've basically completely cut ties at this point. They don't send me any allowance or financial aid, and I have to pay for my tuition all on my own. I'm not like you, where all I do is hang around and not care about anything all day. What are you talking about? You realize that I have my own worries and struggles too, right? I'm sure they're not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. You and Mom are both goofy little carefree goblins. You've just ignored the son that you left behind and lived your merry little lives happily ever after, right? You two are real shitheads. What the hell did you just say? Huh? You can talk shit about me all you'd like, but you better keep my mom out of this! Besides, you're the one sitting in your little shell, victimizing yourself! What did you say? Even when you were in elementary school, you didn't even talk to Mom! How do you know that you were abandoned, huh? She literally didn't know that you were there! You're just using Mom as an excuse to be a twisted, cynical ass! Even though I didn't talk to her? You would understand if you were in the same position as me. That old hag continued to tell me about how horrible Mom was, every single day, an onslaught! That woman just left you behind and threw you away. You need to forget her. Dad was just his mom's little pet thing. He didn't even try to intervene or try to correct her at all. I didn't want to believe it either, but Grandma and Dad were both terrible people. They controlled everything, from who I hung around, what I learned, all of it. They both only thought of me as a pawn to inherit the family name. And then I had to add my mom being the worst too. I basically don't have a single family member that I can count on. Imagine if I went up to Mom and said, "Hey Mom, came here to see you." Then she turned around and said that she had no idea who I was and to leave her alone. I would never get over it after that. I didn't have the courage to check and see if she still loved me or not. Even then, you should have mustered up the courage to ask her and make sure. If you had just been brave and said something to her, then I bet you that Mom would have actually listened to you and cared. Then you would have had someone you could count on, even if you couldn't live with her. Shut up! Ugh! You need to stop acting like you understand me at all! Yeah! Tachibana-san, I do sympathize for you, but I don't appreciate you talking about my mom like that. I can't let you get away with that. So we just need to bump heads. What? Let's do it, Tachibana-san. We need to fight like real brothers. We just get everything out of our system, and this time, you don't need to be afraid of anything this time. If we can feel better by doing that, then that's what we should do. Huh? Where am I? We're in your room. Tachibana-san? You can't ask to fight me and then get knocked out in one kick. You didn't keep going? I'm not rotten enough to beat the shit out of someone who's knocked out. Right. Wait, hey! Are you reading my mangas? I didn't give you permission to read anything! Shut up. You were knocked out, so I was bored, and I didn't want to just leave you. You've got so many books that are pretty dang old, huh? Yeah, I bought a bunch of them used when I was in middle school, and I just brought them here with me. You don't want to buy any new mangas? Well, money is pretty tight, you know. I'm just like you. I don't have any allowance from home or anything like that. I see. Well, how was life over there? Over there? You mean with Mom? I mean, things were pretty tight, and I wasn't able to live amazingly or anything. But we never had any problems with our next meal, you know? Uh-huh. We may not have had a healthy relationship, but we had a lot of money. We went out to eat often. Ah, that must be nice. Mom always cooked for me, so I almost never went out to eat. What, you're trying to brag or something? Oh, not at all. You realize that always dining out is just bragging to me though, right? Right. I guess we both had a pretty tough childhood, huh? You must still want to see Mom, right, Tachibana-san? There's no way that you aren't interested at all anymore. Huh? Why do you think that? If that wasn't the case, then you wouldn't have Mom's photos carefully put up in your room. I mean, I guess. Ah, it's from Mom. Oh yeah, she said that she would be calling back later. I forgot about that. It's from Mom, huh? You want to try talking to her? Are you sure? Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Hello? Mom? Yeah, Tachibana-san is here with me right now. Yeah, that Tachibana-san. Mom is asking me if she can talk to you. I didn't tell her anything. Yeah.
Tachibana-kun?
Mom.
I don't know where to even start. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Why did you divorce Dad, Mom?
I didn't really get along with his mom at all, so I don't really want to say the specifics or details, so I'll keep it to myself. I don't want you to think worse of your grandma just because of what I said. I want you to get along with her.
I already despise that old hag. But if you don't want to say anything, that's fine too.
Well, I kept writing letters to you. I don't know how many letters I wrote to your father asking to see you. He just never reached back out to me and he always left me alone.
I read that letter.
Huh?
I decided to try to go see you a little while after I read it, but I chickened out right at the moment that I was going to say something to you. I couldn't bring myself to actually say something to you.
I see. It wasn't that you didn't want to see me or anything then, Tachibana-kun.
Of course that's not what I wanted. If anything, I wanted to...
I know. I see.
Mom? Are you crying, Mom?
Sorry about that.
Can I go by and see you sometime, Mom? I'm already a grown adult, you know. I won't let Dad or Grandma say anything about it. I can do what I want.
Tachibana-kun!
I want to try your food, Mom. I've forgotten what your meals taste like and I'd like to remember.
Okay, dear. I'll cook something really good for you when you come over, okay?
That's how we were all able to get back together as sons and mother. The next year, Tachibana-san, now known by everyone as my older brother, had come over to my mom's house to eat food with us. He doesn't want to go back to the house where Dad and Grandma are yet, because he's still not happy with them. But I will go back to them at least once after I graduate college. Huh? I mean, they're a horrible family, sure. But I think that's why I need to be more aggressive and actually bump heads with them. If they want to cut ties with me because I disagreed with them, then that's that. But if something actually changes from that, then who knows? Maybe they'll actually act a little bit different, you know? I wouldn't mind that at all. I'd be happy, actually. They were the ones who fed me when I was a kid growing up. I have to at least try to help them for the money and time they spent in raising me. Tachibana.
Karoki, Tachibana, your soup is ready.
Whoa, this looks really good. Right? This is like the motherly flavor. I've kind of forgotten what Mom's cooking tastes like. You can just start learning again from now on. We're family here, after all.
ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。勇気を出してお母さんに会いに行った小学生の頃に声をかけてくれればよかったのにという言い分はわかります。しかし、それでもし自分は本当に捨てられてしまったのかもしれないと思うと行動に移せなかったという気持ちもわかります。当時の幼い少年にとっては拒絶されてしまったらという悪い想像なんてそう簡単に乗り越えられるものではないですからね。何はともあれこの兄弟喧嘩を得て本当の家族になれたようなそんな気がしますね。皆さんはどう感じましたか？コメント欄に書いていただけると嬉しいです。また少しでもいい話だなと思った方、チャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。